What is going on, guys? I've got another set of wireless earbuds to unbox and give some first impressions on here today. Thanks again to SoundPEATS for sending these out, just like they sent these Air 3s out to me just a couple of weeks ago. Well, now what I have here is the SoundPEATS H2. These are a little bit more premium. We're looking here at, I believe, $79.99 for these earbuds. And unlike the Air 3s that I unboxed here recently, which actually do not have rubber tips, as you can see there, these are supposed to actually have rubber tips in them, so they might fit in my ears a bit differently and a bit more traditionally. So why don't we go ahead and switch to the overhead camera and we will get these things unboxed and go from there. This is a pretty cool looking box, right? It's got some colors going on there. Kind of puts me in the mind of the Palm Pre advertisements on Sprint back in the day. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm curious to see what these things look like in real life, in person. But let's open them up and we'll find out exactly what they look like. Kind of similar to the Air 3s. The unboxing is fine. They're not, you know, it's not like they're wasting a ton of their money on the box itself. It's all kind of, you know, cheaply put together. But that doesn't mean that the product is bad. And in fact, the Air 3s impressed me quite a bit. So we'll see if these are similar. We've got a couple of extra ear tips in there, which always great to have that. Just rip that. Looks like we have a USB-C cable, which is always good to have more around, although this is very, very short. But still, hey, it's USB-C, just like on the Air 3s, so that's good to have. We're going to set that trash aside, and we're just going to pop out the actual buds themselves. This is a much larger case than I had before with the Air 3s. So we've got the Air 3s next to it. We got the Palm Buds Pros next to that. So you can kind of get an idea of the size here. This is, it's shiny and it's kind of slippery feeling. That is very odd in terms of the texture. These are very matte. A lot of earbuds are matte. This is shiny, glossy. And when we pop it open, you get a look at the buds themselves there. They almost have kind of like a premium thing going on. Like they don't actually in person look all that premium, but they're definitely trying to give that like at a distance premium kind of vibe going on. I don't know that I like this material. It's kind of slippery. I don't like the way it feels. It doesn't, it almost feels kind of cheap. In fact, compared to the Air 3s, which are half the price, I swear these look and feel nicer. So that glossy look for me, you know, your mileage may vary here, but that glossy look is really not doing it for me. We need to weigh these things. So the Palm Buds, of course, 37 grams, and that's honestly one of my favorite things about them, how light they are. Well, the Air 3s are aptly named because they are actually even lighter than that, just a little over 30 grams. And what about the H2s here? Well, they are definitely heavier than either one of those at 56 grams. An individual bud, though, is only 3 grams. So the buds themselves remain very, very lightweight. That puts them right there, actually lighter than the Palm Buds. So the Palm Buds, you know, it's a smaller case for sure, but the buds themselves are actually lighter. So let's go ahead and see if we can pair these things. I'm going to just pop it open. It's actually kind of hard to open because of the way it's so slippery. SoundPEATS H2 has popped up. Okay, so we are connected. So like I've said, I'm not wild about the look and the feel of this thing, but all that stuff can go right out the window if they sound incredible. If for $80 they sound really, really good or they fit really, really good, none of that stuff really makes any difference. So I guess it's time to pop these things in and see kind of how they feel and how they sound. So as far as the fit goes, they fit pretty well. I don't have any real complaints immediately about that. It will, you know, it'll be interesting to see if over time, do they become uncomfortable? I actually found with these guys that don't have the rubber ear tips, the Air 3s, they did become a little bit uncomfortable over time. I will tell you that the noise isolation, so just having them in my ear, really pretty strong. It's actually kind of hard to hear myself. I'm probably talking extra loud right now because I have these things in. Let's get a look at the controls here and I'll tell you how this works. Okay, so single tap on either side is going to increase or lower my volume. A double tap on either one is play, pause, and a long press is to go back or go forward on your track. There is also a game mode for a triple tap or an assistant triple tap over a game mode. Probably does something with low latency. So So this is another instance here where, you know, on their listing here on Amazon, it says noise cancellation. And what they mean is on phone calls, your microphone is going to cancel the noise around for the person talking to you on the phone, because this does not have actual active noise cancellation. Same thing as it was on the Air 3s. Is that misleading? Maybe a little bit. I wish they said that in a different way. I wish they'd say noise cancellation on phone calls or something that doesn't make someone think, oh, this has ANC, and then order it, and it doesn't. We need to do music now. So let me turn on a song here, and let's see how they sound. So immediately, it's got pretty strong bass. The bass is pretty punchy. They're actually not too bad as far as I can tell here. Let me pop in my Palm Buds Pro, because I think that they're kind of right in that same ballpark in terms of audio quality. They didn't start to slip at all. They felt like they were in there pretty good. Let me see what these things sound like by comparison here. Let's get back to the beginning of the track. Yeah, I would say that in terms of audio quality, they are going to be right there in the realm of the Palm Buds Pro. I think that they're better than the Air 3s, which I guess I need to pop in and try them out as well. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely better than the Air 3. Noise isolation is going to be much better than on the Air 3 because they don't have a rubber tip there. The bass is not as good because there's, again, no tip. It's not in your ear as well. So I would say that in terms of audio quality, the SoundPEATS H2 are probably punching a little bit above their weight class. They sound quite good. My biggest problems here are going to be with, I just don't love the glossy look. They're slippery, and that's just odd to me. Like, they just feel like they'd be easy to drop. It's a little bit bulky. It's a little bit heavy. And again, you don't have active noise cancellation. The Palm Buds Pro are more expensive. Right now, they're $20 more expensive. Regular price, they'll be $50 more expensive. Audio quality is really similar. You do have ANC here. So is ANC worth $20 or $50 to you? That's something definitely worth considering. There's a little lip there to grab a hold of to open this thing, but because of how slippery it is, you kind of can't hold here where you're only on the bottom side, because if you try to open it, I feel like it's going to fall. So you want to grab the whole thing more rigidly, but then at that point you can't open it because you're holding it shut. It's just, it's hard to open because of how slippery it is. I don't know. I don't understand this choice of making it so slippery and just awkward to open. So there is not in-ear detection. So when you take these things out of your ear, put them back in, it's not going to play pause. Your touch responsive area is that little embossed logoed looking kind of area there. That's where you're going to be targeting for your taps. They seem to work about as well as any of those capacitive taps work. The buds do stay in the case pretty well. One good thing about these is that when you drop them in, they're just going to kind of fall into place, whereas with the Airs, you kind of have to find the hole to jam them down into. So while I do have some complaints here, these things are going to have strong battery life. The audio is probably, like I said, punching above its weight class a little bit. And maybe this is something that aesthetically you're just going to like better than I do. This is an aesthetic choice. I tend to like something that's a little bit, lower profile and a matte finish to hold on to a bit easier, but that is a preference. So for $79.99, it's kind of insane to me how good the cheaper wireless earbuds have gotten. Not that long ago, $79 would have gotten you something far, far worse in terms of build quality and in terms of audio quality than what you're getting here out of the SoundPEATS H2. If you do decide to snag up a pair of one of these things, do check in the description down below for my link. I think you'll probably be pretty happy with them. Thanks again to SoundPEATS for sending these guys over. This was not a paid advertisement. They will be seeing this little video at the exact same time that you are seeing it. No early copy was given. Guys, stay tuned for more content just like this. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.